Okay, so again, I'm going to go through all of these quickly. If I'm going too fast, let me know. If I'm going too slow, let me know. Starting with the first one at the top, it says, also as I go through this, write down everything on your paper. If you have your own work and it worked for you, you can leave it. If you don't have work for something, you can copy my work. Starting with the first one, how many planes can be drawn through any three non-collinear points? Three non-collinear points would look like this. 3 points that are in a straight line. How many planes can be drawn through that? Just one. Next one, it says, which 3 points in the figure are collinear? Collinear means that they fall in a straight line. So I would go through each answer choice and figure out which one does. ABD doesn't fall in a straight line, cross that out. ABC, not in a straight line. ECA, nope. And FEG does fall in a straight line, and they have the line drawn, which is kind of cool. Remember, collinear points don't have to have the line drawn through it. Sometimes you'll just see them laying in a straight line, and that still means that they're collinear. But FEG is the correct answer here. Number 3, name the intersection of the plane P and the plane that contains points B, C, and D. Okay, first you have to identify what the heck they're talking about. They're saying plane P, so plane P is right here. Let me trace it. And then they're saying the plane that contains points B, C, and D. So B, C, and D are right here. It's not just talking about this triangle, it's talking about like a plane that goes on forever and ever. But where does this intersect with the plane here? It would be, it intersects with the plane right here, as you can see, but there's actually a line that goes on forever and ever. It intersects at line BC. It's part of the definition, 2 planes intersect at a line. And if you can imagine that this plane is actually more like rectangle that goes on forever and ever, it makes a little bit more sense. Next one, measuring on a ruler. This one should be pretty easy. It shows the segment lined up with 0, so all you have to do is figure out where this point is. It's showing in inches. It's a little bit greater than 1 inch, so we know the whole number is going to be 1. Now we have to figure out what the fraction amount is. You may remember that an inch is broken up into 16ths. If you don't remember that, you could just count all the little tally marks and you'll get 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. Then you need to figure out which one S is on, and it's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our fraction here is 5/16. So A is the correct answer. Number 5, it says that given A is between YZ. It's talking about a line segment. Draw the line segment. Visualizing it without having it drawn would be very challenging. A is between YZ, so I'm drawing it. A is between Y and Z. You will be turning in your work for the test tomorrow as well, just so you know. A is between Y and Z. Now that I have it drawn, I can fill in the dimensions. YA is 5.5. AZ is 2x. The entire length is 41.5. So now we're finding the length of AZ. There's 2 different ways you can solve it, the short way and the long way. The short way would be just subtract these 2 numbers and you can get this length. So 41.5 minus 5.5 it comes out to 36. You will be able to use a calculator tomorrow, so make sure to bring a calculator. If you don't have a calculator or forget, then you can use the one on the computer. And then that was a short way, but sometimes if they don't have like an exact number here, you will have to solve it out. You can just do 2x plus 5.5 equals 41.5. So this plus this equals the entire length. And then you would solve for x equals 18. And then AZ is 2x. So 2 times 18 will give you that length. So that's the longer way, but in this case you could shortcut it. 6. Find the length of PQ. Of course, identify PQ, this part of the segment. So to find that, we can subtract those two numbers. 38.3 minus 12.6 gives us, what does it come out to? 25.7 centimeters. Next one, find the value of y if b is between a and c. Draw the line segment again. B is between a and c. Then AB is 2y, BC is 6y, and AC is 48. So it's just asking for the value of y. So we can say 2y plus 6y equals 48. And then from here, there is a bug on my desk. Where'd it go?
Yeah, it's on
Computer?
Oh, it's on the desk. I can smash it.
Can you? Is it a fly or?
It's a spider.
Oh, then I'm not touching it.
Not a spider.
The spider is running my recording of the lesson.
That looks poisonous.
Seriously.
It has bright colors.
No, it doesn't. It's just. It looks ugly.
It's creepy. Someone get a paper and
Ew, that is kind of creepy. It's like a wolf spider or something. I don't know. That's what we get for being out in the wilderness, out here in the portables.
Is it dead? I don't know. It's on
check
my
your
shoe.
shoe.
I don't know. I think it's pretty dead.
No, it's.
Is it still moving? Oh no. Wait, where is it? I don't see it. I think it's right there. Okay. Well, I can order about it. Okay. Next, we got y equals 6. That's the answer to that one. Next, find the distance between these 2 points. I gave you graph paper. Remember, you have a better likelihood of getting it right if you graph it. I know some of your graph papers were rather small. If you got one of the smaller pieces of graph paper, you have to be wise about how you set this up. So to go like this, and then leave the most space up this way, and you should be good. Okay, now graphing these 2 points, point P is at 2, 8, so over 2, up 8. And then Q is at 5, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Connect your dots. Then the next step is to draw your right triangle, so you can use Pythagorean Theorem to find the length of that line. So here's the right triangle. This would be A and B, and then we're solving for C. A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B is 3. So using Pythagorean Theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We'll plug in our numbers. 5 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared. 25 plus 9 equals C squared. We get 34. Square root of both sides, and C equals 34. Oh wait, square root of 34, which is in our answer choices. Number 9. Would anybody like me to solve it out with the equation? Or you all prefer the graphing? Okay. Do you like the equation? Anybody prefer the equation? Okay. Some people in my other classes preferred, I think this is more accurate. Or just less likely to make mistakes this way. And A is at -2, 1, so this is A. B is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So we're doing number 9 here. Connecting the dots.
I feel like this is the only exception for the fact that I think that graphing things is the stupidest way to solve this. But
Yeah, it cuts out all the negative mumbo jumbo. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I recommend people do on like any standardized test from here on out, just draw a coordinate plane on your scratch paper because you'll use it the entire time. Okay, so now that we have it graphed, 4 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared. Comes out to 52 equals c squared. Take the square root of both sides, and c equals square root of 52. So that's your distance. And the answer choice will say square root of 52. Okay. Looks like you guys are all caught up. You got everything? Moving on up. Okay. Find the coordinates of midpoint for segment AB. It gives us A at 2, 5 and B at 6, 9. And then we need to find the midpoint of those two. The way we did it was we found the middle value of the x's. What's the middle of 2 and 6?
4.
Awesome. The middle of 5 and 9?
7.
7. For some of you, it might jump out. Some of you, it might not. If it doesn't jump out at you, then, ooh, that just smeared. 2 plus 6 divided by 2, you just take the average of those two x's. 8 divided by 2 equals 4, so you get that 4 value there. And then 5 and 9, you could add them and divide by 2. 14 divided by 2 is the 7 that they got. For the next one, we'll probably have to do this kind of thing because it's not so obvious. Also, if you're working with decimals, then you would have to do that as well. 8, 5 is L. B, negative 6, 2, finding the midpoint again. And the middle of 8 and negative 6,
1.
you knew that right off the top of your head? You have a super brain. That's cool.
It's because 8 minus 6 is 2.
Oh, and then you have...
2 is 1.
Nice. Awesome. I gotta write it out. 8 plus negative 6 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then the middle of 5 and 2.
It's 3.5.
If you don't have a super brain, just add the 2. Divide by 2 is 7 over 2, which is 3.5. Okay, now we're going to get into some vocabulary. It says, what type of angle is angle ABC? This angle right here. There was a few different types of angles we talked about. One is acute, like an acute little baby. We have right angles that are 90 degrees. And then obtuse, which is greater than 90 degrees, but not quite a straight angle. So based on that, ABC is what? You guys are awesome. And next, we're using this diagram for the next like 5 problems. So I'm going to be writing on it and then erasing and writing and erasing. This one I think is probably one of the harder ones on the page. It says find the measure of FBD, this angle right here. If this angle and DBE, the one right next to it, are complementary, so this would equal 90 degrees total. And it says that FBD, this angle, is 2 times the measure of this one. So what I would recommend is setting it up kind of like equation. If this is 2 times the length of this one, this can be 2x, and this one can be x. And then you can set it up. X plus 2x equals 90, 3x equals 90, and x equals 30. That would be the smaller of the 2 angles, the 30. So it's asking for the measure of FBD, which is the larger of the 2. So that would be 60. 2x, which would be 2 times 30, equals 60. Back to vocabulary. Which pair of angles are supplementary? Supplementary angles add to 180 degrees, but when visually looking for a supplementary angle, you're looking for 2 that come together to form a straight line. So you have an angle here and then an angle here. Go through all the answer choices, see what you got to work with. ABE and CBD, no, those are vertical angles. ABC and ABD, those overlap, so no. So ABC is right there, and then ABD is the entire straight line. Not exactly what we're looking for. And then ABC right here, so it'd be this guy, and CBD right here. Those 2 are the supplementary ones. I'm going to erase this so we can look at it without all the writing on it again. Which angle is vertical to ABE? ABE is right here. The vertical angle is right here. CBD is the one opposite. B. And next. This one is referring to the diagram as well. I'm going to zoom out. Okay, CBF. This angle right here, it's saying it's 6x plus 18. Find the value of x so that CB is perpendicular to BF. So that means this is a 90-degree angle, and we can set this equal to 90. So down here, 6x plus 18 equals 90. And go ahead and solve. And it says just find the value of x. So at that point, we're done. Wait, not completely done with the worksheet, just that problem. 18. Whew. Erasing in the diagram again. And zooming out. 18, it says find ABC, the measure of ABC, if measure of ABC is 4x plus 9 and the measure of EBD is the other expression. While looking at this, ABC and EBD are vertical angles, so they're equal. So I'm just going to set those expressions equal. 4x plus 9 equals 7x minus 9, and then I'll solve. I got x equals 6, but we're not done yet because it's not asking for x, it's asking for the measure of ABC, so we have to plug that back in. 4 times 6 plus 9, 24 plus 9 is 33. You're awesome. And now we're done. So we got 20 minutes. Okay. Good job with this. I want you to take this home and study it tonight. The best way to study on top of just looking this over would be to print out a blank copy off Schoology and just work through them again. So you're really confident in all of these questions. Oh, wait, don't put it away. I didn't say put it away. Do you want points for it or not? I'm going to come around and give you points for it, so just leave it on your desk along with the scratch paper. And while I'm doing that, we are going to play a game of Kahoot for the last 15 minutes of class. So I'm going to take 5 minutes, go around, check everybody's work, and then we'll get Kahoot started. Yes, Parker? Yes, thank you for waiting patiently. I'm going to stop my recording too.